This is Groundeffected Studios. My name is your dad, and today someone came into the studio and looked around the shop. They walked from side to side and looked at all the things around my shop and said, "Do you use your 3D printer often?" And without batting an eyelid, I looked at him and said, "Sometimes, mate." Because you see, it has now been over 2 years that I've been painting and printing and putting videos onto the YouTube channel thing. And basically, this is essentially 1 week late from my 2-year anniversary, and this video is going to be a little bit different. This video, I'm going to show you exactly what I've been through over the last 2 years on YouTube, and in fact pretty much my whole model painting career. I basically started painting models around sometime halfway through 2020, so technically call it a couple months before I started YouTube. That's when I started doing all this, and what you are seeing now in this video is pretty much going to be everything that I've made from that time. And when I say everything, I mean all the things I could find footage of, because I've made a lot of things. Some of the things I don't even have videos or photos or any of the things that I made the things. The words are really difficult. I'm not sure if you understand this, but words are very difficult for me. That is another thing that I've had to actually overcome making my YouTube channel. This all started because of my friend, actually. I used to stream because I had nothing better to do. It was coronavirus time. It was the time for everybody to stay at home and mind your own business. Keep your snot to yourself and just stay away from people. Which is perfect for me because I love to stay away from people. However, I did get very bored, and I figured the only thing I could really do was maybe start printing some stuff with my 3D printer. At the time, I just had an FDM machine. It was an Ender 3, I'm pretty sure, the original Ender 3, and I used it to print parts for my drones. Basically, I printed things that were actually useful. Now, I don't print things that are useful, but I prefer the things I print now more than the things I used to print. That was a crazy sad tangent thing, and let's just get back to the story. Essentially, what happened was I started realizing you can print more than just a camera holder for your drone. So I started printing drones. I actually printed miniature drones, which I had sculpted myself in Tinkercad. And basically, I have my own art style, so what I ended up doing was adding my style to these drones and making these micro scale drones, which I essentially printed and sold as kits. This was just to keep me busy during the time that I was not allowed to go and tattoo because of the coronavirus. And then one of the guys in the drone community mentioned to me that I could probably get better results for my little drone scale print things if I used a resin printer. And I had never heard of a resin printer. We are talking halfway through 2020, maybe the beginning of 2020. Nah, it was definitely halfway through 2020, and this was something totally new to me. The concept of resin printing was like, honestly, it felt like they had announced aliens for real. I felt more confused when this guy mentioned resin printing than I ever was confused when they mentioned aliens. So basically, I bought one, and that was the end of the beginning for me. Pretty much, I printed non-stop since that day. The machines have never, ever, ever had a break, and this is where we're at. It's been almost 2 years that I've been on YouTube. I wanted to make a YouTube channel so that I could show people what I was learning. Pretty much as I was learning it, I was sharing those information and tricks, tips, whatever you want to call them. I shared them as I learned them. And what does that make me a professional? No, not at all. In fact, most people that you see on YouTube can't really paint very well, but they're still sharing their journey, and they're sharing the things that they learn, and then you can use that information to decide whether that is a technique you don't want to use, or maybe it is a technique you want to use. Either way, I felt like me sharing my journey was going to help others in this process. I never realized actually quite the depth of how much I would end up helping others. Now, my job is literally just YouTube. I basically paint models and statues and make weird things to place on the YouTube channel for you to watch, and I couldn't honestly ask for anything different. Right now, I'm really enjoying what I do for a job. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is that my job pretty much is my life. So I live in my studio and I work all the time, every day, all day. But luckily it is something that I actually really enjoy doing. So this is technically one of the best jobs I've had. It is a very difficult job. It is not something that I suggest you do if you are not prepared to work very hard at it. But if you are making models and you're just making them for fun, then hopefully you enjoy that and you don't end up working yourself to absolute death trying to make models. Now, I am going to have to admit something here, and that is I definitely did not prepare enough work before this week to have a video made for it. And this is why you are dealing with this really low effort video. And by low effort, what I mean is I still had to spend time cutting all this together and making a voiceover for this video. However, it's definitely not the usual 60 hours of work that I put into every video that goes up every week. On average, that is correct. Most models take me around 30, maybe 40 hours of work on the model. So each video that you see every week, I've spent at least a bare minimum of 30 hours preparing, painting, and making that model. It then takes me usually another day to make the video, including the voiceovers and all the rest of the hero shots at the end. So technically, all in all, it takes me around 40 to 50 hours a week to make the videos. This might be information that you don't know, and I'm now offering you that information because maybe you think that I just crap videos out in the morning on a Monday and then I wait for the rest of the week and post them up on a Thursday. However, that is not the case. So I am now caught with my pants down and I didn't spend all the 30 hours that I needed to spend on the model this week. So we are stuck with this video that I have made, which is basically just all the models that I've made over the time that I had a YouTube channel. And speaking of models, there has been a massive variety of models that I've painted. When I first started, I actually obviously started posting some of my work online, and due to my art background, obviously I picked this up a lot quicker than the average person off the street would, and I get that. It obviously means I have a little bit more practice with colors and things like that to make this transition into a new medium a little bit easier for me, and I get that. It would take me quicker because I'm a professional artist in a different medium. And so because of me posting online, this is what ended up getting me a load of commission work and pretty much pushing me towards making videos that helped others, because I just constantly kept getting questions. How did you do this? How did you do that? What printer did you use? What settings for this? What is that? What color is this thing? And it started to drive me completely crazy. That's when my friend mentioned to me, why don't you make a YouTube channel? And I said, bro, I don't even know where to begin with this whole YouTube channel thing. And he was just like, bro, you just gotta start. Just do it, and just whatever happens, happens. Now, when I look back at some of the videos that I had first made, holy cow, I really sucked at making videos. That doesn't mean that I'm good at making videos now, but holy crap, I really did suck at videos, and I think that there are probably gonna have to be some remakes of some of the old videos, even though remakes usually mean that you're gonna make the old video worse. This is not Hollywood, however, so in theory, those videos were so bad, they can only get better from here on. I hope. At least I hope. And we should probably get to the point of the video where I need to say to you, thank you so much for watching my videos and all the other videos that I've made in the past. If you are interested in any more, there is honestly over 200 and something videos at this point on my channel. You've probably missed one of them, so go back and check through my list of videos. Maybe there's something you missed out that you might find interesting, maybe there isn't. Also, this is a time in the video where usually I'd be thanking my Patreons, and I'd like to thank the new Patreon that I got this week. And that is Edania Wolfheart. Thank you, my dude, so much for keeping the lights of the Patreon blinding my eyeballs and keeping the videos going. Of course, we are also at the part of the video where I need to tell you something, but we'll wait to the end so that I can tell you that properly and you can see it coming out of my mouth the way that it should be. If you didn't like anything you saw in this video, then I don't actually really care, and now is your time to actually just fuck off.